There he is.
Just missing Ramiro. I'm trying to call him.
Francisco is here.
Thank you. I'm just missing one of my reviewers. Just give me a couple minutes to try to get him to join the meeting.
Okay. Hi, Daniel. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Francisco. Nice to meet you too.
Hi, Danielis.
How
Hi,
are
how
you?
you doing?
Finally, I meet face to face.
Face to face, that's right.
After so many phone calls and emails.
And emails. I know.
But you have been extremely helpful.
Thank you. I think Ramiro is here, Dianelli. So when you're ready, you can start.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Dianelis Capote. I work for the Concierge and Homeowners Assistant team here at the Miami-Dade Building Department. Today, we're going to have a concierge pre-submittal meeting for the Domus Brickell project. Today, joining the meeting on our side is Abraham Abrelo from Structure, Jose Frias from Fire, Ramiro Martinez from Zoning, Kisa Richardson from Impact Fee, Lisette Sanchez from Public Works, Waldo Perez from Mechanical, Samuel Israel from Electrical, Daniel Lopez from Plumbing, Julie Hernandez from DEMCOR. From the Derma Specialty, we have Berusca Lopez, Jose Tormes, and Anthony Hunk. And from Water and Sewer, we have Luis Delgado. I just want to make a notation. If you have any problem during the meeting with the audio, you can always join using the phone number list on the chat. Today, also, we're going to have breakout rooms. So when we finish the presentation, we're gonna start calling names, and you let me know which room you want me to move you to. Okay. So Francisco, if you want to present your team.
Yes, we are with our project management team, which is Claudia and Diego Fernandez, the design architect, which is Jennifer Maconi Galloso, and she's the one who's going to start the presentation of the project, and the rest of the consultants that are advising us on the project. I have also Arturo Vidal, who is our CFO in North Development.
Okay. So when you're ready, you guys do the presentation, the quick presentation.
Yes. Are you starting, Jennifer, or?
Yes, Angela is going to share the plans.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's
so
on the
I'll start.
architect side.
Yeah, let's do a brief introduction and then the description of the project, and then we're going to break out in different rooms, okay?
Sure, absolutely. So the project's located in City of Miami on 11th Street and 2nd Avenue. It's a 36-story building. We have on the ground floor, we have amenity space, which will maybe go to the ground floor. These plans are very far along. We've had a lot of coordination, a great team. We have JLRW as MEP, DDA as structural, and civil as Langen. And we have, for landscape, we have Urban Robot. So the entry to the building is located on 11th Street. We have a kind of a circular turnaround. We'll get there in a second. There's a big set of plans. There we go. So on the right side is 2nd Avenue on the sheet, and at the bottom is 11th Street. North is up. We have the amenity space on the corner, and we have mechanical elevators. So we have elevators for the cars, and you can see that on the left-hand side. So you would come in, you would drop off on that first entryway into the garage. It's valet only, and you would either go out back towards 11th Street or go into the garage. Valet would take your car, and then they would take it upstairs to the parking levels. And let's go to the parking floors. So the parking's located on the west side. So they're stackers, they're car stackers. You know, and we have the appropriate, I'm sure fire has, you know, their antennas up on that, but we have the appropriate sprinkler coverage for their stackers. We're working with SLS on this high rise. So they've looked at this substantially. The guest rooms start at this floor, and they go all the way up to the 35th floor. And so you can see, let's scroll up so you can see the typical parking levels. So the parking, it's all located on these levels, and then all the guest rooms are basically on every floor. And then there's some amenity space at the first level of the tower. The tower floors are fairly identical as you go up. And maybe let's go to the roof. On the rooftop, we have mechanical on the top left, and we have the pool deck and amenity space on the south side. And then we'll show you the, let's just scroll to the elevations and sections. It's a post-tension building. These are the elevations. So, you know, each room has a balcony, and then we have what we call the zigzags of the building, and those will be concrete. And then we also have a sign on the north side, which says the name of the building, Domus, and that's has a structure, kind of a slatted steel structure that holds that up. Keep going, yeah. So again, everything's concrete. Typical sections, there's no reinventing the wheel on this building. I mean, it's a fairly simple construction. CMU walls, PT post-tension floors, and then we have our roof slab on the top. I think that's it. I mean, maybe we just show the like a rendering if we have that, and that's the front cover. And if anybody has any questions, I could answer those.
Okay, so we're gonna start assigning people to the different rooms. I'm gonna start calling names. Let me know in which one do you want me to move you. Okay, so Abel Rodriguez. You gonna stay on
I'm
this
mechanical
one?
engineer. Mechanical engineer. Or GRW.
Aida Albaiza.
Yes, structural engineer
Okay.
with DDA.
Okay. Ana Maris Torres.
I'm the civil engineer, so either with DERM or wherever you send the MEP.
So I have two different rooms. When you finish on one, I can move you to the other one.
Sounds
You want
good.
civil or you want MEP?
You're flexible.
Do this to civil.
The civil, okay.
Sounds good.
Angela Johnson.
She's in zoning, so yeah, Jennifer and
Stay on
Angela
this
would go
one?
into zoning and planning, yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, my mic
Okay.
wasn't working. Sorry.
Okay. Arturo Vidal.
Yeah, we go to zoning too.
Okay. Claudia Margarita.
I'm here.
You want to stay on zoning and fire?
Yes. Sonny, please.
Okay. Diego Fernandez.
Zoning, please.
Okay. Frederick.
Yeah, I will keep in zoning, please.
Okay. Horacio Rodriguez.
Mechanical
I'm actually
engineer too.
representing 3 disciplines, but let me go to mechanical first,
Okay.
and then I may join the plumbing and fire.
Okay. When you finish, just type. Let me know on the chat, and I can assign you to the different room.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Jennifer McCoy.
Planning and zoning.
Okay. Jorge Fleitas.
Electrical, yellow W.
Roberto Carriazo.
I'm with the plumbing team, JLW.
I'm sorry, can you repeat it?
I'm with the plumbing team from JLW. So if you could send me to the plumbing meeting.
Okay. Wally Lucky.
Yeah, I'm the landscape architect with Urban Robot. I anticipate I'll go with the civil engineers or something.
Landscaping with zoning.
Okay, that's where I was going.
Okay, so I'm gonna save it, and people's gonna start moving to a different rooms. And as soon as you get there, you're gonna start presenting to the reviewers. Okay. Any question, you can always write me on the chat, and I can jump to that room for any assistance.
Great, thank you.
We broke into our rooms already?
You stay on this one, Ramiro, the main one.
Okay.
Okay, you together with fire, impact fee, and public works.
Okay.
No.
There's silence. Is there somebody going to go first, or any questions that they want regarding zoning? Or
Let's start with zoning. So zoning and planning. We have Ramiro Martinez, who's the reviewer, who's going to be processing your plans. Who's going to be in charge and sharing the screen?
We can.
Okay. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Jennifer.
we'll share. Actually, Angela will. So I'm not sure if I have any questions at the moment for zoning. I don't know if zoning has any tips or things we should include in our plans to make it go more smoothly.
yeah,
I know that you've looked at this. Sure.
Yeah. So this is going through what a rapid transit ASPR in downtown.
Yeah.
And okay. So I was doing some research. I see that there's a deficiency letter. They're asking you for a few things, things that I will be asking for as when it comes into permitting. But basically, I'm not sure who's involved with the ASPR process in downtown. But basically, a deficiency letter was issued. I'm assuming that someone's working on those to do the corrections and resubmit. Once it's pre-submitted and approved, you will get an ASPR director's letter of approval. Those plans that gets approved in downtown, those are the plans. Well, the permitting plans should match. And I mean, unless you have any questions, then basically on the site plan, for example, you have to show your setbacks to the building, FAR, the zoning legend. one of the things that they're going to be asking for, if they haven't asked, is the 40% fenestration is required. So you have to provide a zoning data showing those calculations, parking calculations. Hopefully there's a zoning data showing the lot area, right-of-way dimensions, and parking stalls, whether with the parking aisles and parking stall striping. As far as landscaping, because I know there's someone's here for landscaping, landscape architect. I believe they asked for a landscape plan as well in the ASPR process. Has that been submitted?
No, we haven't finalized the submission yet.
Yeah, pero entonces es como plan B.
So that's important because in the transit center, there's some requirements for landscaping. There's 18A, chapter 18A, landscape code, but there's additional restrictions, conditions that they're going to be asking for. So, like, I see this a little bit preliminary because again, there's a lot of things that there's a lot of comments that has to be addressed. And landscaping, I'm surprised they haven't asked for that. Did they ask for landscaping?
Yes. So Jennifer, do you have that calculation of the openings on the facade?
Yes, we do.
Is there? Okay, okay.
Yeah, they're there, and it's only on the facades facing the street, right? You wouldn't have that on the facades that don't face the streets.
That's correct. The facing, yeah, the one facing the street.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very important that the elevation, because I was looking at the floor plan that you what you submitted. Have you deviated from what you submitted? Because I'm looking at the plans that was submitted at downtown, and there seems to be a little bit of a deviation on the floor plan. Is that correct, or maybe I was just looking at it quickly and I missed it?
Well, no,
Maybe
well,
there was
there's an older
never
set.
a deviation. There is an improvement.
Yeah,
Okay.
there was an older set from a different architect that are the old plans, but they have since been submitted to downtown with these updates.
All right. So I was just going to say that any let's not call it deviations. The improvements.
The improvements. Yes.
Those improvements, please resubmit. Show it to downtown so they can upload it. So because it's a very important that what you submit for permitting, it's substantially in compliance, and it has to be very close to what you submitted in downtown. Otherwise, you have to go back to okay.
Our new plans are the same exact plans that we're submitting for permits, so it's from the same set of drawings.
Okay.
Okay. As far as just giving you heads up, this is going through plating as well, correct? It has to go through plating?
No, we're exempt from plating.
We are exempt of that.
Okay. Because I read Public Works memo, unless they updated it.
We have a letter of exemption from Miami-Dade County on plating.
Okay. Has that been discussed at the at the ASPR meetings?
I'm not sure, to be honest.
Yes, neither I.
Okay, maybe.
That's the first I've ever heard of replatting.
Yes.
I mean,
Well,
I don't know why it would need it.
I haven't even looked at the legal description of the property, to be honest with you. I was looking at the comments from downtown. But you're right. If it's a platted lot, then it wouldn't need. The only thing that I could think of, I don't know if they're gonna ask you based on because there's certain width of sidewalk that they're looking for. You may need to do right-of-way dedication.
Yeah, we're aware of that. We're aware of that.
All right.
Yes.
So the right-of-way dedication would be a requirement, and you would have to show me on your site plan the right-of-way dedication. to retrofit the sidewalk. Are they asking you for wider sidewalks and stuff like that?
Yeah, there is a dedication. We'll show the original property line and then the base, what my city of Miami calls the BBL. So we'll have that on our plans.
Okay.
Yes,
Maybe we're not showing that right now.
We had a coordination meeting before lunch, and there are some improvements on Second Avenue that are being made by the property on the east side that will impact also. For that, there is changes coming there on the street, sidewalk, streetscape, etc.
All right, I'll let you go through the review standards and for the rapid transit ASPR downtown. But just from my knowledge, looking at the property, they may be asking you for a 15-foot wide continuous sidewalk along all streets. So I don't know if that's been asked for. You could, if you wanted to, reduce it by 10 to 10 if you wanted to, but you have to demonstrate compliance with their review standards for rapid transit. So again, I don't want to get involved too much with your review, but I'm just giving you a heads up that's one of the reasons why you may have to dedicate, because of the width of the sidewalk and other right-of-way improvements that may be required. Okay.
Understood.
Mm-hmm.
And then again on the zoning data, make sure you have that on the permitting plans you're submitting. A cover sheet. You may have it separate on its own, or have it on the site plan. Parking calculations of parking that's going to be required. I'm going to be looking at that. Let's see. Number of units, according to it's 580 units. Has that changed or still the same?
I think it's 570. I think it's 579 lodging and 1 commercial or something like that. I think.
Okay. Is this a hotel that you're proposing? This is a hotel?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Hotel, yeah.
Okay. So, all right. I don't have any other questions. I'm going to wait for the ASPR process to finish, and once you get your director's approval letter, I'll be able to do my review. Now I can do my review when you submit. I'll do my review, but I won't be able to approve zoning until the actual director's approval letter is issued. Okay.
Okay, your approval is subject to have the ASPR approved.
That's correct.
Okay,
That's
but
correct.
we can go through the entire process with you.
For permitting, yes.
Yeah.
For permitting, what I usually recommend, because sometimes when you go through when you're going through the ASPR process, you may have to do some changes.
Mm-hmm.
Public works, traffic engineering, they might request certain things that may modify or alter the site. So I recommend that you finish that process. But it's up to you. Okay.
Okay.
But you won't. But you're right. You won't. I won't be able to give you the approval, the final approval for zoning for the permit, until the director's letter is issued, and so I can move forward with that. Okay.
Yes. No. Our plan was to submit by in a couple of weeks and start the process. And okay, Jennifer and Angela, do you have any questions for? No. And Wally?
No, I think I'm good. No, I think that once we go through the ASPR and we get that, we should be all right. And I think we're in good shape for that.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think for the SPR, the only thing we're missing is the traffic report that should be done tomorrow.
Pedestrian traffic.
The pedestrian traffic, which Maximo said they were going to do tomorrow.
Okay.
Tomorrow, Saturday.
Oh, sorry. Today, he said it was going to be end of today.
Yeah.
Okay.
So again, just to be clear, I'll be able to start the review, but I won't be able to give you an approval until the director's approval letter is issued. Okay.
Okay.
In other words, because there could be some changes, and I need to make sure that it's finalized before I can give you my approval.
No,
Okay.
we completely understand. We need is to get in, start the process, and as Arturo mentioned, we are waiting to get the pedestrian traffic study that was requested to finalize the ASPR.
Okay. Any questions? Landscaping. I know the landscape architect is here. Does he have any questions? Any information?
No,
Okay.
I think I'm pretty straightforward. It's a pretty straightforward process, and I think we're in good shape. No, I appreciate it though.
Yeah, just FYI, they're asking for a minimum of 30 trees per net acre of open space, and street trees has to be planted at a maximum of 30 feet average on center, with a 3-inch diameter.
But on that note, we're limited in space, so I want to believe that we're allowed to either contribute or plant off-site. Is that your understanding as well? Is that the process?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Can you say that again? I apologize.
We do not have as much open space as is required, and so therefore we may need to plant some of the material off-site or contribute to a tree trust fund if such is available.
I think I don't want to speak on behalf of the ASPR staff, the planners, but I don't know if in the rapid transit, if you're allowed to comply with the open space at another site. Is that what you're saying?
Correct. And again, I guess this is a more ASPR than anything else, because we're in a RTZ area. You know, there may be some differences in the requirements. I mean, that's
there is
okay.
In RTZ there is, but I can't answer that right now.
Understood. No, understood. So I guess we go through the process and let them. I think we've done as much as we possibly can, and we haven't seen any comments regarding anything, tree requirements and stuff. But let them, drop some eyes on the plan, and then we'll take it from there.
Sounds like an idea. I think what happened that no landscape plan was submitted in the initial submittal. I think that's what happened. So I don't think they were able to give you comments. I just from my knowledge of the rapid transit, that's why I can give you the numbers of the acreage, how many trees are required, but the details of what you can do to offset the existing conditions, that would have to be them. Okay.
Fair enough. I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right, guys. If there's any other questions, if not, I think we're good.
So just to ask, do we go somewhere else from here? Is there another meeting to be attended to, or?
Yes, for landscape.
Yeah, landscape. You can do landscape too, right, Ramiro?
Yeah, we did landscape.
Oh, okay.
We did landscape. We did zoning, and I asked for questions regarding. We just finished discussing landscaping, so we're done with planning and zoning. Unless they have any more questions, or you have anything that you want me to clarify, and I'll be more than happy to do that.
Okay. Any questions for Ramiro?
No, I think I'm fine.
No, very helpful.
Jennifer or Angela?
We are going to. Okay.
Very helpful. Thank you.
Okay. So we're going to continue with the impact fees, and we have Keith Richardson. Keith?
Okay.
Yeah, so good afternoon, everyone. So I noticed in your scope of work, you're mentioning retail space at the ground floor. I was taking a look at the life safety, and it looks like you're proposing a restaurant. Is that what you're doing, or is it something different?
Yes, it is a restaurant in the lot. It's a mixed use space with co-working and restaurant space.
Like lobby lounge, it's lobby lounge with some food and beverage.
Okay,
and the
so
co-work space.
For my assessment, I'm going to need to know the area that's allocated for the dining, the dining space. And I would also like to know the number of seats that you have, both indoor and outdoor. Okay, so that's one thing that I'm going to need for my assessment.
You need that calculations on those sheets.
Yes, if you could provide it on those sheets, that would be helpful. And the life safety will be fine.
Okay.
The dining area, both indoor and outdoor, and the number of seats as well. Okay, one additional comment. Since the project is located in the RTZ, I understand the building, the building permit will be going through Miami-Dade County, and the project is located in the city of Miami. Now, one directive that we've been given from the director of RER, we need to ensure that the respective impact fees for the services provided by the city of Miami are accounted for. So that's going to be one of my disapproval comments, unless you provide that up front when you're submitting. I need to see that you've paid police and fire impact fees to the city of Miami before I can even start my review. Because we don't have an
I think we would need an invoice. Where would we get that invoice for that?
I think you can try reaching out to the building official, Mr. Luis Torres, to see if they can generate an invoice for you, okay, for what you're proposing, and we can just take it from there. You can also copy me and any correspondence with him as well. That way we're all in the loop together.
Great. So so some of the impact fees are paid to the county and some are paid to the city.
Right. So for the city of Miami, for this municipality, what the county collects, we collect mobility fees and we collect educational facilities impact fees, which are school impact fees. The school impact fees only apply towards residential developments, and this is not a residential development. Obviously, it's for lodging and commercial. So we'll only be collecting the mobility fees. However, the city of Miami has their own fees that they collect, for developments within their municipality, and that's what we need proof of payment for, since you're not going to be submitting any plans to the city of Miami for this permit. Okay, and we don't want to circle.
Okay, means we continue paying the police and impact fees to the city of Miami, and school, not in this case, and mobility to the county.
This is correct.
Okay, and you need that we show proof of the city of Miami impact fees that we paid.
Exactly, that's correct.
And the county, when should we pay them? At the end of this process?
The county, I'll generate the assessment once I see the proof of payment for the city of Miami. I can also I can generate the assessment before then as well, but it won't be made available for payment until I see that proof of payment to the city of Miami. When you want to pay the impact fees for this project to the county, that's dependent upon you. You won't be able to get your building permit, however, until the impact fees have been accounted for. So that either involves paying the impact fee or submitting a letter of credit or bond to account for the fees. And when you submit a letter of credit or bond, that defers the payment until time of TCO or CO.
Okay.
Great. Yeah, the county also has the ability to pay via wire, right? Because I know with the city we can pay via wire. That's what we.
Yes, you can pay via wires. Yeah, I can provide you with those instructions once we get to that point. Perfect. We do have wire instructions available. Okay, I'll provide my contact information in the chat. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Aside from those two comments that I mentioned, I'm pretty straightforward in terms of my review.
Okay. No, thank you for clarifying the city fees. That's
of course
very important.
All right, guys. Thank you, and I hope you have a good weekend.
Likewise.
Thank you, Keith.
Thank you.
Okay, move on. In this group, we have fire and we have Jose Frias. Jose, can you hear us?
Yeah. Good afternoon. Well, let me mention some of the. Well, let's start by saying that the approval for site access and water supply for the sprinklers and fire alarm is going to be separate from this approval, right? From life safety. Those plans need to be submitted on the separate permit number, process number, and separate plans, separate building permit category. That's for site access, water supply, and sprinklers and fire alarm. Okay. Now, by looking at the ground floor, I see that the location of the fire pump, there is a requirement in NFPA 20 that mentions that the fire pump is required to have direct access from the outside or through an exit passageway from an exterior door. That location under that covered area will have to be discussed with a separate meeting with Captain Rodriguez to discuss that location of the fire pump room and the location of the emergency generator at the second floor. So, based on that, the requirement, we ask for reviewers, we always ask for direct access from the outside. The fire command room location is okay, and then, well, it's important at this level to have the tent or the pre-planned location of the exhaust for the kitchen, the commercial kitchen, the exhaust point through the wall or through the roof. Where is that happening? I don't know if there. I didn't have chance to check the mechanical plans or some mechanical plans.
Yeah, they go up through to the second floor roof right here. I think the third floor level roof. So it's going to be behind.
Okay, the exhaust is going to be through the roof.
Yes.
Okay, so there is a chase, vertical chase to all the way to the 36th floor. Oh.
Yes.
To a lower roof.
Yeah, it's going to come through over the egress corridor, and it's going to go up through in this area right in here, and then up through the roof. It's going to transfer up over the storage area through the roof here.
Okay. Okay, in that case, it's okay. Let me see.
And Jennifer, Nanja, do you have provisions for scrubbers and all that kind of equipment up there?
We have to check MEP.
And the kitchen consultant.
Yeah, we don't have a kitchen consultant
yet.
From what I understand, not yet. So we're preparing that.
That's the roof of the second floor?
It's over the second floor, but on the third floor here.
On the floor, okay. Are we allowed to exhaust at that level?
Yes.
Okay.
Because we can't exhaust to the side because we're too close to the side setback, so we have to go up through the roof.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And regarding the BDA room location, where is that located? At the roof, at the ground floor?
I'm sorry, the what?
BDA, the BDA, which is the fire department repeater, that's probably on the mechanical plans. I'm sure they've accounted for that. I can't tell you where that is offhand, but I know they need it.
Well, okay, I'll make sure that to show the location to identify the room as BDA room and the requirements, the minimum, 2-hour fire resistant rating for the walls, and the same for the vertical connection, the vertical chase.
Got it.
Okay, re-entry provisions also for the stairs.
Yeah.
We need to have that details or notes.
Yeah, every fourth floor.
Required re-entry provisions.
Mm-hmm.
And then the NFPA 20 also asked for the fire pump room to have adequate drainage and the slope, floor slope for evacuation of any water. I don't know if in the plumbing plans is shown, but make sure that there is a floor drain in that room, the fire pump room. Okay.
Okay, that's a good point.
The parking structure is going to be enclosed, right?
Yes.
Mechanically ventilated.
Mechanical ventilated, yes. You're correct.
And then for the emergency generator, the most important information is about to identify the level and class and type of the emergency generator. Normally, there is a requirement in NFPA 72 that says that the minimum level and class and type, right, for when serving the fire alarm system is going to be level 1, class 24, and type 10. That's the minimum requirement when serving the fire alarm system.
Okay.
And then identify the type of fuel to be used.
Okay.
Okay.
We do have a fuel port right down in the corner of the FPL vault, so there's going to be fuel that goes up there.
Well, I don't know if they are. Oh, make sure that the occupant load calculations at the amenity level at 36, right? That means for the capacity for the stairs. I think that is right in the number, but well, double check that calculations.
Yeah, we've double checked.
Make sure that
and we made them add planters. Okay. Yeah, we've made them add planters to make sure it works.
Yeah. We have all of the calculations here.
Yes, yes. But it's the air capacity, the stairs are showing like 142, I think. Right?
Right.
And then, okay. Well, I don't know. Do you have any additional questions?
Yeah, and I'm just confirming, and we confirmed this a while ago, but I know Miami-Dade County wants the two staging locations for the building, but City of Miami doesn't necessarily need that. So we have a letter saying that we are going the requirements of the City of Miami Fire Department are what's being met for the staging. Just want to make sure that is
that as I mentioned, that information shall be reviewed by a site access review. It's a separate approval, separate review. Separate review. The submittal is going to be under building permit category 0111. 0111, yeah. And there is another reviewer for that.
Okay.
Inspection.
We actually have it on this side. We actually have it on this project, but I just wanted to bring that up. But okay, got it.
I don't see any problem, but well, all of that information should be considered by that reviewer, at the time that for submittal. Or if you want to have a pre-acceptance or through a meeting, you can meet with that.
I mean, I think we should meet with is it the chief or the lieutenant for the fire pump?
Yes, for the fire pump location and the generator at the second floor. With Captain Rodriguez, it's just call our department and they schedule to provide you an appointment for the meeting.
Got it. Okay.
Were there any discussions regarding the ground level and fire hydrant placement? Or would that also be with the site access?
I'm sorry, let me mention something. Because I was able to see the mechanical plan, ground level, and ground and second level. And there is it shows like a stair penetration for some mechanical like conduits or just make sure that there's a requirement that only penetration for the exit stairs, the only penetration allowed from mechanical are the ductwork and equipment necessary for independent stair pressurization. Just make sure that, I don't know if that, you see, that's one of them in step 2. And this, then there's another one in level 2 or.
Yeah, right here.
You see, in step 1,
Correct.
Yeah.
So there is a, the list of penetrations is a really limited list of penetration allowed, and I'm mentioning section in NFPA 101, section 71321, parenthesis 9.
Could you repeat that, please?
NFPA 101, section 7.1.3.2.1 and parenthesis 9.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, so far, I don't have anything else.
Jose, do you also review fire hydrants, or that would also be with the site access and water main
No,
extension?
that's for water supply. That's water supply.
Got it.
Is there are, it's a separate review, and then I can say this: if you have new fire hydrants serving the building, the approval needs to go through the first through the utility, the water utility serving the
Yes.
building
Yeah. Yep.
or the area, and then to have the fire approval, and and you have the option to submit, I don't know, through the e-builder system, the electronic system, or if submitting directly to fire, is through building permit category 0110.
Yeah, it'll be reviewed through your builder.
And then for the existing fire hydrants, if there is any serving the building, there is a fire flow test required. So
We did that through, we requested, we have it because this is City of Miami Fire Department already did that.
Okay.
Does the county
Well,
need to test it, or is that fine with the city results?
Well, those are existing fire hydrants, and if you have the fire flow report, just attach to the submittal just to have it as a reference. And anyway, you need to provide that information to the reviewer, to the fire, the water supply reviewer.
Okay.
Anything else for fire? Or?
No, I think we're good. Thank you. It was very helpful.
Thank you.
Francisco and the team here, are y'all going to another breakout room, or was this the last one for you?
What other disciplines are they still reviewing?
They already finished on the other breakout rooms. This is the only one that is active.
Okay.
Okay. Is that the case? It's
So-
fine. I know we are resuming on Monday.
Yeah, we had the building portion on Monday.
Okay, what disciplines do you need to have? What for building?
Whoever's gonna present the drawings for the building.
That should be
Usually it's the
architecture.
architect. Yeah.
And do you need like landscape, any of the engineers, MEP, fire, who to
You
make sure
already
that we.
discussed it with them today, so you're just the
Okay.
one who's gonna handle the building portion.
Okay.
I got the architect.
Okay. Now to make sure that I have the right people for Monday's meeting.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know who's gonna on your side is gonna join. On our side, it's only the building reviewer.
Okay.
Okay.
Jennifer, you will be attending with Angela.
Yes.
Okay. Do you need somebody else? That.
I don't think so. I think we can handle it. I mean, I think it's
Mhm.
ADA.
Yes.
I live with that, so I think we can have the ADA consultant, but I think we can handle that.
Yes, this is very initial.
Sure.
I think it's more when comments start like coming. Okay, great.
Francisco, there's a couple questions that other reviewers asked in my breakout session. Do we want to, I guess,
Yes.
Diana, can we stay
Yeah,
here
of
for a
course.
couple minutes or
Yes.
do we have to leave?
No.
No, you can stay here.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Okay,
It's too
thank
early
you.
for happy hour.
Yeah, so Anthony from RER asked regarding tree permit and demolition permit. So I wasn't sure if those have been applied for.
Yeah, they have been applied and they have been approved.
Yes.
Okay, great.
We are in fact doing the asbestos removal.
Okay, and
that
then
should be completed like in a couple of weeks, more or less.
Yeah.
okay, great. And then it was either Julie or Veruska that asked specifically about the generator room. They said that there was drawings. I think there was a couple drawings that had the generator room labeled, but there was no details on the actual generator or fuel tanks. So
Okay,
they
that's
said
more
that they
like
need that information. Yeah, I couldn't answer that question.
You need
but
we need an EP to add that information. Okay.
yeah, she's saying that the generator room is labeled, but that there was no specifications for the actual generator. That's what I wrote down. Or fuel tank.
Fuel tank. Claudia, are we using a in-base fuel tank or a separate fuel tank in this case? Claudia and Diego.
Here.
Do you know, are we using a...
Yes, the fuel tank is located below the generator.
Okay, it's the one in the base. Okay.
Okay.
If you want, Diego and Claudia, email the MEP engineer, ask him to add the information of the generator. If it's not final, he can put something as a placeholder, but to have that information, and they might want also to see like the block of the generator on the drawing, Ana Maris.
Yeah, they're gonna need to see all the specs of the generator and the fuel tank. And then also it's probably relevant as well regarding that is the flood reviewer also mentioned our plans and survey are in NAVD, the datum. So because they still work with NGVD. So the finished floor elevation has to be labeled on the drawings in both NAVD because that's the datum for the project, but also in NGVD for their reference. And that applies for...
It has to be labeled on both.
Yeah, because NAVD, because we're going to build this based on that datum because that's where the survey's in that datum. But for the purposes of the flood reviewer, he wants to see the NGVD elevations for the finished floor and any mechanical or electrical equipment that needs to meet the, FEMA or any flood elevation. Those need to be labeled in NGVD as well.
Okay, but we're not changing the whole project and
No,
adding it to
we're not
everyone.
changing.
Okay, all right, that's good enough.
Like my grading is in NAVD, but the finished, since I label the finished floor, then I would have to put NAVD and NGVD both.
Yeah.
And then for Angela, relevant to you is the amenities, because it was mentioned during the presentation that it's 579 units. And that there's also amenities on the architectural plans. It needs to be clarified that the amenities are for residents only, because if it's open to the public, then it generates flow and it's
the
water and sewer.
No, the lobby is open to the public. That's the only one that's open to the public.
But the lobby, so if it has like a
restaurant.
bar, so if there
Yeah.
is a restaurant, then and it's open to the public, then it's not an amenity, it's a restaurant. So it needs to
Yeah,
be.
the lobby is a co-working restaurant open to the public, and people can come in, stay, use their computers, and a bar, and order food and work and stuff.
So I
Is
just
it a
have to
full-
change the label then on probably the area plans and life safety from amenity to restaurant bar.
Yeah, and also the agreement that was just issued 2 days ago needs to be corrected.
Whose agreement?
Developer connection agreement through Miami-Dade Water and Sewer.
Oh.
Are we
Yeah, the
classifying it as a restaurant? Because that's a big, is it, because it's a small kitchen. I mean, I don't remember it being a.
No, it's
Is
going to
there
be
an-
a full. No, it's Jennifer. It's actually going to be a full kitchen. We just signed an agreement with the operators of Coco and Bacan. That there will be
okay.
It's going to be full restaurant.
And is there a seat count? I mean, there's seats there shown,
Yes,
but
the seat count we need is the minimum for the alcohol
license?
license, the liquor license. Yes, which I
So
believe
we
was
need to
150, and it was
know-
150,
yeah.
and it went down to 125, I believe, recently.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Yes, and remember, we need to add that count on the drawings, as she mentioned. They
Yeah,
mentioned.
it needs to be clarified on the plans, with the use.
But how many seats do we put? Do we go by Urban Robots
feet.
layout, or are we going to get? Okay, so it's going to be based on square feet.
That's actually really going to change. The restaurant operator is actually bringing a new designer from Spain that's going to redo the kitchen and lobby and everything, restaurant layout, the interior at least. But right now, go with just whatever minimum.
We'll stick with
the seats we need.
125.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll stick with 125 seats.
Okay. Yeah, so I guess we can regroup on that because we'll need to know the exact square footage and so forth. Make sure that that's on the agreement. What else?
And is the square footage based on BOMA to the exterior face for commercial spaces, or are we doing net square feet? Do we know what they need? I guess that's.
I think on this count, you're probably going to want to do like the interior face.
Yeah, that's.
If you're okay with that, Arturo, but I think you're.
Yeah, I
you
want
want
the
to use
minimum.
interior, right? Yeah, I know.
For sure.
Okay.
Listen, I think let's move with what we have now, and then we will adjust with the new design, Arturo. Because in 2 weeks, we are not going to be able to have the
I agree.
design.
No, 100%.
Yeah. So let's move with that, and through the process or afterward, we will make the modification.
Okay.
Okay, and then Lisette Sanchez mentioned she was with Public Works. She mentioned that the ASPR has to be approved. The Traffic Engineering Division and Highway Division have to approve the traffic study and the ASPR. Just general comments. Obviously, we need that to get a building permit. And then the last thing is regarding the sewer allocation. We just received the agreement from Miami-Dade Water and Sewer on Wednesday of this week, so I need to send it to the team here. It needs to be reviewed and executed by the owner. You need opinion on title and all that stuff. The catch here is that when Miami-Dade Water and Sewer issued the points of connection, they said that the sewer main on the street doesn't have capacity. But the good news for the project is that the project across the street is upsizing it. But we need to, so the way that it was explained to me now is that you could get a building permit, but you cannot get TCO until that sewer main on the street is upsized and conveyed. Like constructed and conveyed to Miami-Dade Water and Sewer. So we can discuss that, offline.
Have they started construction already? The project across the street, or that they are?
They have.
Yeah, they have. Yeah, they have.
So you're fine. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Hopefully
they
it
have.
goes smoothly, and then if not, then you would take over what they were doing, I guess, if that comes to that.
Yeah. So in terms of sewer allocation, it said it's gonna say like there you will have capacity. You don't have, because there's not capacity currently, but you will have based on the other project. So you'll get a building permit, but again, you need for TCO, then you would need to that sewer main has to be conveyed and in service.
Are we getting any credit for the existing residences that were on the site? Are those shown? I mean, I know that's not going to be a big credit, but any,
yeah, it's going to
might as
be
well
very
get some
minimal.
credit.
Yeah, I will verify that now to see. You should be getting credit for those uses.
You should, right? Yeah. And I'm looking at the survey too. Angela already wrote you an email. The survey shows the BBL, which is great, but it doesn't show the corner 25.